What's up, everybody? Brett here. We're back today playing some more Battle Brothers on the Warriors of the North DLC. It's day 136. It's midday. And before we get started, went ahead and swapped out Wonton Fu for Sir Mudun. And yeah, I think that's a good choice. He's injured. Missing a little bit of HP, a little bit of armor. He's still in fighting shape, honestly. But we did want to get Sir Mudun up to level 5. Yep, no problem. Okay, so yesterday's episode was a bit of a ramble. A bit of a kind of crazy walking around, not doing too much. Basically, what I was doing was I was just trying to do some things on camera that normally I do off camera. Some barbarian reavers, let's make that happen. And I thought to myself as I was doing it, I was pretty tired, but I was like, why not just keep recording? It's basically the gist of it. It's like maybe some of you out there like to watch, just listen to my voice and watch some of these easier fights. Maybe you like to see what I do kind of behind the cameras sometimes. I don't always... Yeah, we want those axes. I don't always do that. I mean, a lot of times I'll do an entire, several videos in a row without ever doing anything off camera. And it's not because I don't want to, because trust me, I do. It's just because I feel like it's almost important for the continuity of the series for me to keep everything on camera. But yeah, there's a lot of times where some of these fights are just kind of nothing fights, and I just want to spare you all that. See some of these heavy throwing axes, which I don't, like I said before, I don't think we've even seen one drop. And I would love to. I'm not going to step in on these guys. They're going to need to step in on me. Ow. That hit pretty hard. Okay, he went for the big violent swing on Svarog. But lucky for us, we have tons of archers. But it seems like these dudes have innate missile resistance of some sort. I could swear I remember seeing that. Let's go first. Whenever we were getting news about them, let's go first again. If we step in here, we certainly don't want to block our own line of sight. Boom. Come on. Good hit. Knocking him back and giving him a pierced hand is probably pretty dang awesome. And now we're clear to go up. This is not a lot of reavers. This is an easy fight. But it just goes to show how just a couple misses against these types of opponents can be pretty dangerous. And we're attempting today, in today's episode, to take down some much more dangerous prey after we get through with this fight, and then the next one, which is a quest battle, or a contract fight. He's going to have to switch to his real weapon. Good. And I don't remember what we're supposed to be fighting in the contract. But there are a bunch of places to the west that have really powerful garrisons that I want to fight. The blunt cleavers and the two-handed skull hammers, quite valuable. Two-handed spike mace, despite being damaged, is also valuable. And there's just a lot of food and stuff for us. I do love fighting these guys. They seem to always have decent loot. I mean, that was only five enemies, and they had a lot of good stuff. Some Orc Young, we'll take that as well. I love these little fights for their quick experience, and also because... Can we switch out someone else? Let's take out Fritz. There we go. I also like them because they still have the potential to drop something great. And all we have to do is get lucky a few times on these really easy nothing fights. We'll just shoot whoever. This is not too much of a thinking fight. If we can kill 2 or 3 of them before the battle even starts, that would be just grand. Step up. We missed, so we'll just step back. Solid hit. No more armor for him, basically. And we could pass with the rest of our front line. That'll probably be a kill, which will let us reload. We don't need to shoot. And then we won't have to reload next turn. We'll be able to shoot again. 59 versus... yeah, we'll take that. Brutal. Super glad we ended up switching back to our war bows. They just do so much more damage. And if you can't tell, the only real strategy here is me making sure I'm shooting in such a way to maximize my resets on Berserk. I basically want my second hit to be the one that gets the kill. Nice. We'll get this around. He is fleeing, of course, and then we should just get the kill. Cross your fingers for some shiny loot, although it's not really deserved. A man can dream. Run him down. Let's get in there, Isaac, with your cursed blade. Nice. Step up, get the kill. Alright. Second ring. Yeah, that was just easy, nothing fights for several hundred crowns worth of loot. We clear out these spaces. Hopefully other better things spawn. We can check the top of this mountain real quick to see what's around us. Apparently nothing. And now we'll head down to the toppled watchtower, which sounds to me like an undead place. Could be something else. I mean, it could be raiders with a leader. Could be a hedge knight there. If I had to guess, I would say fallen heroes and a necromancer. But yeah, let's get in. For this many crowns, this has to be a decent fight. And in reality, well, they poisoned one of us. It's a bunch of crummy goblins. Wow, and they are wrecking Sir Hans. Well, we're going to have to pull him back. He's got too little HP. And with that poison, I think it's his initiative that suffers. We'll see what exactly the case is. These misses have been pretty poor. Well, I tried. Got a little greedy. We'll step up here and just get in front of Sir Hans. But every kill we get here, can't believe this. We're gonna go through all of this and get one goblin kill on the first turn. When that happens, it's a bad sign. Because we need to get through them to get to the real dangers, which are the ambushers. I would say the odds of them getting and killing Sir Quick Hans is very low. He has a kite shield. He's standing behind Isaac, but you never know. And we're going to expose Ragnar as well, just because he has a lot of HP, a lot of armor. And if the AI thinks he's vulnerable, then so be it. Yeah, Battle Forged as well on him. So that kind of wrecks him for a few turns, because he'll have poison as well. His range now sucks. But this whole battle is basically let them target. Wow, that was. Let them target whoever they want, because at the end of the day, our front line is coming, and there's nothing these little goblins can do to stop it. It's the important thing to remember. Come on. We will step back. No reason whatsoever to risk anything. 27, happy to hit it. 32, man, if we'd have got all three, that would have been sick. And we'll step back as well. 33, nail it. Nope. Happy to get that kill. I don't think we need to continue using throwing weapons anymore in this fight. But what we should do is move as far forward as possible. They're all going to run. They're going to do like a running, shooting retreat. But I would not be surprised if we can catch some of them. There's still 6 of these archers left. We can do the ye old adrenaline trick. Go for that 44%. Nice. Let's go for the 52. I'll take it. Damn. I had my hopes up. How far can we get? So Mudun is currently bleeding. We step in here. We need at least... What does it call 0 AP? But I'm pretty sure if we step up here, it just like ends my turn. Instead of letting me use my adrenaline. Yeah. Pretty annoying. So you do have to have at least 3 or else it'll just automatically end your turn. We should be here and then we'd be able to tie him down. The impalers are often one-shots against the goblins, but not all the time. We're just playing ultra conservative. Can we get there? We can. Awesome. Could also consider dropping dogs. Beautiful. Is there a bush there? No. Okay, good. They do usually have footwork, so even tying them down is a bit sketchy, but a lot of times they'll rip out their knives, see, or they'll do like that. And he's just gone. Without dogs, there's nothing we can do. And I hate risking my dogs against them, because they just shank them. Come on. Just trying to get into the more exciting fights of the day. This is 6 AP, so we should probably just reload. He's gone. He's going to be gone. And I always wonder whether or not the ones that don't run because they don't have footwork. Because I feel like they all do. But I feel like if they all had it, they would use it to get away from me. So I really don't know. I don't know what the case is. I'd be interested to know. And now we just pass. And they're all going to leave the battlefield. It's over. Come on, good loot. And we got another one of these golden rank insignias that's worth something. And a silver bowl worth a little bit more. Some ammunition to replace what we used in that battle. But at the end of the day, just not a bad fight. For the amount of crowns that we're going to get for that, a really good fight, actually. But we do need to go all the way back to Donnerstead. And then I want to take on these 2 barbarian fights. And see what's what. So let's do it. Let's go all the way back to Donnerstad. Do we need to stop at Raderstad? Probably not. But we will, just to check the prices. If the prices are good enough to sell, then we will certainly be selling. 5,200 crowns. We have quite the habit now when it comes to our quite the habit. That was not a cool way to say that. We have to spend a lot of money a day. Can't sell our furs here because they do themselves sell fur, so the prices won't be good. Well, the prices here are great. Where's the bear hat reading? 19. Thank you, bear hat. Sell all the junk. Yeah, it's getting pretty hard just to wander around aimlessly. We have to have a plan. The prices here are great. Very happy to see that. We could consider buying some tools. They're not that cheap, but they're also not that expensive. And we could check a weaponsmith. The weaponsmith seems very expensive. I thought we remember seeing this for like 3 grand. Yeah. The great swords, we've been able to get them for like 4K before. So to buy is rough here, but to sell is fine. Let's check what they have in terms of recruitment. Not interested. Let's head back to Donnerstad. Man, so I think in the last episode too, we saw that they had, in the innkeep, they'd mentioned a set of raiders. 2 of these barbarians are doing. A set of raiders in a camp who had stolen perhaps a shiny bit of armor. Not sure exactly what. Some barbarian chosen. 6 of these bad boys. Okay. That's a real fight. That's a really real one. That I think we can take. If we can't take 6 chosen, I don't think we have any business going into some of the other fights we're thinking about doing. So let's do it. We don't want to do it at night. But we want to do it. We need our ranged advantage. Let's take them out. Get over here. Some barbarian chosen. Wow. Okay. So as far as I can tell, this is basically the same as fighting like 6 orc warriors. They have decent armor. Pretty good helmets. I mean, they're just solid all the way around. Very similar to the honor guard fight, except these guys can get tired. And they have much bigger HP pools. But we 100% want to focus someone. We got to pick on somebody. We want to isolate people. Make sure we go first. And I think we'll actually keep... We'll keep Isaac here. 41, 41. Doesn't quite matter. Would have loved to hit that shot, though. Good crossbow hits. I mean, that was pretty savage in terms of the amount of damage we did to his armor. We know we want a spear wall. Okay, 50, 56. Just hit what we can. Good shots. We of course did not get overwhelmed this turn, but it didn't really matter. We wanted them to jump forward so that we can get the best possible accuracy. Could step forward here and Indomitable. I think that's the play. It's pretty scary. These weapons are no joke. If we step forward, here, this could be fine. There's no reason to, though. We'll wait one more turn. I haven't fought a lot of these guys, and I'm still trying to figure out what the exact protocol is. Interesting. That's pretty scary, though, rotating like that. It's going to allow 3 dudes to attack Isaac in the same turn. Spread the love a little bit. Yeah, we expect to get hit here. Perfect. Okay, I'll take that. Let's send Sir Lancel up here to help Svarog. We'll send Fritz here. Unfortunate miss. Let's get out the billhook. I think the billhooks are just golden versus these dudes. That double bleed is huge. Very scared of their potential to swing in a way that hits multiple targets. I don't know the full potential of some of these weapons. Well, I guess we're going to find out soon, he said ominously. Ugh, dazed. Okay, that's a big weapon. He died from the bleed, which sucks, so no experience for us. But we do get his weapon, that big axe. A double whiff. I don't mind knocking him back like that. Let's get in here. Good decapitation. We weren't even using decapitate. So dazed is an effect that we receive too heavy a blow that they are dazed, confused, and gasping for air will wear off in 2 turns. Minus 35% damage, max fatigue, and initiative. So it's a pretty nasty debuff. Good kill. So step up here, that way we're in range of both of these. That's indomitable before we get smashed. Alright. I think it's smooth sailing from here. Crazy that they're so fast, even with all this armor, that overwhelm is just less viable. Check this out, he's doing so much damage to Svarog. Just want to be like, screw you, man. To be fair, we missed a ton of our Warhammer hits with Sir Lancel, like an unreasonable amount. We'll get in there. Shoot him point blank with a crossbow. And because it's awkward to jump in right now, just hopefully land some of these axe shots. Come on. Boom, and we put him down. Good. Done and done. 1 left. We'll use Indomitable where we can, just because... Yeah. At the end of a battle, fatigue is not a real resource anymore. So let's look at these weapons. What are these weapons? Look at these helmets, too. We're going to check them out. Very curious to know what their stats, how they line up against other top tier weapons. Check it out. Okay. So this helmet doesn't look that bad. The crude face guard helmet. It's better than this one. 15. Wow, it's way heavier. You know what? We'll just sell them. A crude and rusty barbarian helmet, what it lacks in finesse, it makes up for in thickness. Quite thick. Okay, and these weapons here. So we have a cleaver and an axe. And I guess the best thing we also have the hammer while we're looking at them. So the best thing we have to compare it to is a great sword. This is a cleaver. We could also take this off to compare it to this cleaver. 60 to 80, 60 to 80. More effective versus armor is the unique one. And it also has its special ability. Okay. 75 versus 90. Much bigger damage. Tons more shield damage. Way more effective on all fronts versus armor. And then we've got this, which is super duper effective versus armor, but just has lower damage in general. But it can still do the kind of 3-person sweeping attacks. Let's put this on someone, just to check it out. See if they have any type of different attacks. Split man and round swing. Really cool art. This can hit up to 6 targets for those of you who don't know. So you really want someone far away from you. This hits both head and body. Yeah, split man is a ridiculous attack. So next time we get a chance to look at a great axe, I think we're going to hold on to the axes. Sell off probably everything else. But those are pretty cool. And we might as well stop at Jimenstein while we're here. So here's a normal hammer. 60 to 90 damage versus the much lower. Yeah. The prices here to sell are great, but we didn't repair anything. But I will still take it. We don't need all of these nets. Prices for furs are quite nice. Make a little more room. And we're doing great. Herd of the Unearthed Tomb. Southeast. What is this? Rich veins. Some lucky miner struck a particularly rich vein. Extraction of minerals and metals will be greatly increased until it is exhausted. They have an inflation in prices. Okay. Seems good. I mean, their prices are still great. I don't know what they're talking about. That's not a great price, but that's a pretty good price on tools. Sigmar. Oh man, the Total Warhammer player in me wants to just take any guy whose name is Sigmar and throw him right in the party. For those of you who don't know, Sigmar and the fantasy world of Warhammer is kind of like the fictitious Conan the Barbarian style human deity, the first emperor of man, and he's pretty cool. Holy crap. We already have one of these and it's damn amazing, but for 28,000 crowns we obviously cannot afford that. An extraordinarily well-crafted piece of Lamellar armor. It is covered with beaten gold, which makes it truly stand out. And it's beautiful. It looks awesome. This is a cheap sellswords armor, which I honestly might just buy. And I may sell one of these heavy rusty axes. Oh, they also have the conic helmet with face guard. Didn't even see that, but that's a pretty sweet step right below a full helm, which I think is 300. This is 280. Let's sell one of those. We're sitting at 11,000 right now. We could hook Fritz up with the sellswords armor. I don't think that would be bad. Yeah. Sellswords armor it is. We're bypassing lots of other much weaker armors to do this. We're skipping almost all of the mid-game armors, which I kind of like. 97 fatigue, yeah. Leisure Side is great on fatigue, and he's going to be very happy with this footman's armor. And now, this is better. Let's get him in that. Our front line is pretty damn armored. We are much safer than we were before. We've got the flat top with mails. Everyone's encased in at least 260 armor. Yeah, no complaints. We're doing great. Happy to get that pickup. But do we need that helmet? That's a good question. We don't need it, I don't believe. You know what I do kind of want to do, though? Can't believe I didn't think of this before. They've got a match. They just have to. Same shields, same helmets. Basically the same armor, except his is rare. Man, if I could get another one of these, oh man, that would be so sick. Tempted to buy that just to give it to our boy Svarog, who has had everything taken from him that he's ever won for us. What is his injury? It's a light wound. It's almost gone. He's healing. Okay. Well, we made it here. We have the option to take more quests, and I think we will. Would not be surprised if they tell us southwest of Gerstel. Where the heck is Gerstel? Okay, they want us to go way down here. What we're going to do instead is go over to the barbarian hideaway. Knock that out. We should be pretty well healed by then. I'm getting paranoid with Svarog not having his amazing helmet. I think he's fine though. If I remember right, this had a lot of reavers and drummers. Either way, last thing we want to do is engage at night. That's only to our disadvantage. Hopefully we can heal up a bit. I'm not seeing his injury. Is it? Oh, okay. That's not a bad one. It's just a crushed finger. A plethora of thralls and a few barbarian drummers. So these are going to be the first drummers we ever kill. Well, we did that kind of mock battle versus a ton of chosen and a bunch of reavers. And that was, of course, very rough. And they had a drummer, keeping them all in the fight. I see one. Where's the others? We can use our flanking falcon to try and find them. This is the one that I see, but I imagine there's another one out in the mists. But yeah, we're going to wreck these dudes. I'm pretty sure war bows are just going to tear them apart. We may end up getting some one-shots off of our impalers. We're going to let them come to us, because by the time they do, we are going to have worn them out. Anyone with a throwing weapon in their hands gets prioritized. Ooh. You go down. Those are crude, but they'll still hurt. We'll just sit back. We may want to indomitable on the flanks. Oh, nice. Good lucky kill, Skibo. Yeah, not wearing armor to a warbow fight. Pretty big mistake. And this fight is all about endurance. Using our front line as a solid wall to hide our warbows. So if we waste some fatigue on indomitables or spear walls or something like that, we're fine with it, because it gives us a kind of inevitability. I will say the AI is very good at making sure their drummers are behind shields. So let's see what the name of that is. Does it not show up when they use that ability? I was hoping to see what the name of it was. It would say something like drummer, barbarian drummer uses an ability? I guess not. Okay, let's get that kill. Let's just get that kill. And I kind of just want to shoot back here into the drummer. The bear claws are annoying because they're like little bludgeons. They have the ability to stun us. Past a certain point, I feel like we're going to have to step up. Otherwise, we're just going to face them wanting to run. And we're not going to be able to catch the enemies that we want to catch. That'll work. And only 9 were left. And the battle hasn't even started yet. That was crazy. Once again, Skibo with the lucky misses. Yeah, good job, man. I was really hoping to get some kind of throwing weapon from those chosen. They must be an incredibly low drop rate. And they still have a will to fight. That's good. I'm just curious how the drummers behave when it comes to escaping. How much do they really try and save themselves? Let's make sure we go first before we get bopped on the head. And that's why. Now they have no zone of control. Yep, and they run. Damn. Okay. It's dog time. I want these drums. I don't know if they drop a thing. I don't know what a drum does for us. I don't know what they're worth. But go dogs, go. Nice. Step forward once. Now we've got some armored warhounds on the battlefield. Boom. This is why we carry dogs. Gotta love them. I don't know what kind of melee tools the drummers have, or if they're just incredibly vulnerable. But almost any unit in the game with this many actual hounds on them, many of them armored, they don't really stand a chance. The hounds will almost certainly take the kills. We're going to run them down. And I'm okay with that. A 4-dog surround, though. As long as we all split the experience and we get whatever they drop, I'm cool with it. They're just going to drum for each other? Ugh, so they do have weapons. Okay. Alright. Well, please don't kill Battle Brother. Oh, that's Battle Brother. No. We're coming, Battle Brother. As fast as we can. We let them all go, trying to give them overwhelming odds. That's nice. We have another one. Man, surprised they're not breaking from this like full surround. It's pretty brutal. Nice. So the beginning of the next round, our dogs should be able to wreck these dudes. I just can't imagine they survive this next round enough to be able to swing back. Their evasion has got to be so low right now. Come on, dogs. Thank you. I was about to say, at the very least, we need to hit them enough just to get them to want to flee. He's breaking. Good job. Get your revenge, Battle Brother. Warhound. Yes. Warhound with the injury, too. We can step in and get this kill. Nice. So all we get is the mace, it looks like. Perfect. And the dogs didn't even get the kill, so great. What do we get from this battle, though? Very good supplies. Silverware plus this many crowns. Almost a full stack of tools. No heavy range stuff, and just a bunch of junk to sell. Okay. I mean, lucrative, to be sure. 18 barbarians? I did say this was going to be the barbarian slaying episode. And I guess we took like no damage from that fight. Let's just kill him. Happy to do it, and then we'll get into town, into Jimenstein, and sell everything. Of course, to punish me, the gods put me at the bottom of a hill. My hubris was too great. And because they have so many warhounds, we're going to be stuck at the bottom of this hill. Oh, man. I'm forced to kill dogs to save my own life. If we bring down every single warhound, on the first turn, that's a pretty good changing of fates. Because killing those 5 would basically allow us to, we'll do this as well, would basically allow us to advance and to move, whereas before we were essentially stuck down here. Because they were going to pin us in place. And then they were going to have a lot of follow-up here. Man, they have even more warhounds? That's crazy. Alright, let's go for this. It was a bit of a miss. Damn. They really are pretty tanky. Look at that ugly face. See how many of those faces there are. 1, 2. Only 2. Not a lot of repeats. Thank goodness for all those misses on the javelin throws. Good rotation on the dog. I love the way they fight. Like a rotation into a javelin toss on a, you know, from a warhound. I mean, that's just so cool. Great for us that we can shoot essentially over our brothers' heads. To get that kill. Frees up a space for us to jump up. Man, we just can't get up this hill. It sucks. I'll take it. And I'll also take the confidence boost that came with it. Had a feeling we could land that shot. And now we're up. For the most part, we are on the board now. Fighting over this hill. Without a lot of shields, they can't push us off. That would be my biggest anxiety for where we're fighting right now, because we are on the edge of a cliff with a lot of like spaces to fall down 2 elevations. And if they use their shields, of which they have a few, to push us, we could take some damage. Svarog right here could be pushed. And he would fall in this deep hole, take damage, and then it would take him like an entire turn to get back up. Could still do it. Would be a sick play from the AI. Thank goodness. Alright, go for the split. Doing the split from a lower elevation is rough. Skibo is becoming a murderer. Whenever he lands multiple shots in a row, it just feels so dirty. Just got to tie him down, and then we're done here. Expect him to run, though. Yeah, we're never going to catch him. Do you have any damage on him? A little bit. No armor. A chance, a 93% aim shot from downtown gets us the kill. We couldn't catch him, but our arrows could. That was a... Oh, man. I was going to say, that's like a straight-up Game of Thrones shooting Rickon moment. Yeah, Battle of the Bastards. Watch that. Pretty awful. An amazing fight, though. In terms of, like, film imitating battle, that was one of the most intense battle depictions I've ever seen in film. Alright. You get one more stab at it, and then we're going to kill you, my friend. Down you go. Bunch of nothing. Let's head out of here. Jemenstein. We're going to come down here, take out these orcs or whatever they are. More barbarians. Jesus. Let's get in there. More barbarians. Look at the face on that dude. They're all Reavers, so once again, we shouldn't underestimate them. They're wearing bone armor, which is decent. I'm seeing the heavy throwing axes, multiples of them. The maces and the hammers. They're not wearing helmets, though. Super solid shot. Step up here. Go for the big split. We're using Indomitable. I think they're pretty much in range to step up. See the heavy javelins as well. If we do this, he cannot use his throwing spear. Let's just go defensive. The fact that he wanted adrenaline to throw that stuff does not surprise me. Whew, just holding my breath. Yep, you had to switch out. I just guess all these dudes have quick hands. The AI was smart not to stay in a position where I could hit multiples. Put some big damage on that dude. Perhaps we can kill him. And we can. Nice shot. And you gotta love the fact that you hear rattling bones. Whenever you hit their armor. It's a nice touch. I'll go first. Let's trust our hammers and cleavers to do their bloody work. Would have loved to knock him off that high ground. Okay, he used adrenaline as well, which means he'll they both used it. Ugh. They'll almost certainly be going ahead of Isaac now. This becomes much more dangerous knowing that. Brutal. Step in here. Take that point blank shot. %. I think we'll actually reload. We're going through a ton of ammunition in these fights, but we're getting some back. Could have considered a decapitation there. Perfect. Fritz gets his revenge. This battle should be over. Man, we fought a lot of barbarians today. Not the big fights I wanted, but we finally killed some chosen. We can just put one shot on him. An injury plus overwhelm, I was going to say, should protect us. Down he goes. Come on, hammer time, and we do it. Boom. We even get a level. We finally have a bundle of heavy throwing axes. It's about time. So let's check their stats. This is something I've been wanting to know. And we do have something to compare them to. Okay. First things first, 35 to 55 damage. Wow. That's a huge damage increase. They're also 5% more effective against armor. They still have the same chance to hit head, same range, but unfortunately the heavy throwing axes has an additional minus 5% chance to hit. And they're a little bit heavier. I kind of don't care. I think they are just that much better, damage-wise, that on average, I think someone really smart did the math at some point and figured out that on average they are a strict upgrade. Yes, you're going to miss a few more shots, but the shots that you hit will be much more impactful. Wow, what is that in total? 15 plus... It's 25 more damage? Oh, man. Yeah. No wonder the game's not like giving them out like candy. These things are brutal. Okay, let's head down to Jimmenstein. Go take on what will probably be the last battle of today's episode. Sucks because this is what I really wanted to do. Armored Unholder up there. And boy would I like to kill some Armored Unhold. Let's buy that. Let's buy the ridiculously expensive stuff too. And that as well. Because I think the prices here are fine. Trusty, handy dandy bear hat. Look how many bear hats we get. Barbarians truly understand fashion. Sell one of those. We don't need to have extra hauberks. Axe Hammer served us very well in the first parts of our playthrough. Lots of junk. Thank you for your junk. Get rid of these as well. That, and that. One of these. One of those. Yeah, a couple thousand crowns for our efforts when we were already kind of on our way to a place. We can always check the weaponsmith. Double check the weaponsmith, that is. And head down. So let's go. Beat up on some orcs. Why don't you have a taxidermist, Gerstel? Why is there ever a place on the map that doesn't have any special buildings? I'll never understand that. It just shouldn't even be a possibility. They have a fighting spear. For how much? Ooh, that's not a bad price. Not a bad price at all. Good prices on tools too. We'll take them. And we desperately need ammunition, so we'll take that as well. No one to hire. They are being marauded by greenskins currently. That's not what I meant to click on. Sorry about that. Fighting spear. I hate not having a tier 3 weapon on Wonton Fu. Yeah, we're going to give it to him. We got you, buddy. Big old fighting spear upgrade. Quite solid. Isaac hits 13. It's like it's his birthday. We need to give him more resolve and more fatigue. That's absolutely necessary. And I guess we'll also give him a bit more melee skill. Because he can attack more times in a single turn, melee skill becomes even more important and crucial because he does less damage when he hits. So we need him to hit more often. He needs to be more reliable. Okay, we failed last time. For those of you who don't remember, this is the jousting tournament. We have adventurous nobles in our party, and sometimes they just want to joust. It's going to cost us 500 crowns. It's a gamble. I'm not going to read all this. It's quite a bit. Really cool event. I encourage you to read it if you would like to. I've read this probably 10 times in my life, most of it out loud. But the bet is on. I always bet. Most of the time I win. It's exciting. Ooh. And we win 500 crowns. Sir Lancel gets euphoric. We win. Great. I'll take it. 500 crowns for us is a day's pay. Sir Lancel being euphoric is pretty cool as well. And let's camp out until daytime. And this is going to be a fight in the woods. It's a plethora of orc young, which is no big deal. But I have taken these type of fights before against orcs where we get ambushed in the woods. Ooh, this is like my favorite map. This kind of like autumn forest battle where it's not too cluttered. I love this. You can take advantage of the rocks and the bushes for all sorts of defensive tactics. We don't really particularly need to do that against this enemy, but we could, and it would be cool. So I'm sitting here believing in the heart of the cards, and that we were going to get a shiny before. Call them a shiny, a unique, a legendary, whatever you'd like to call them. We're going to get something cool before the end of this episode, hopefully. You know, you guys have the power of YouTube. You can fast forward right now to the end of this battle to see what I get for loot. But I'm just an idiot stuck in the past. And I'll never know. We're just passing. I think what we're going to do is we're going to end up using Indomitable all down the front line. They're going to make it this turn. Many of them will, depending on their turn order. Sometimes their turn order messes them up. And they're not able to really leapfrog effectively. So, no stuns for them except on Skibo, who I don't think has Indomitable. But our Spearmaster could have kept this space clear for him, but not the other one. Man. Imagine this fight, but with like 6 more Orc Warriors, 3 Berserkers, and a Warlord. And that's some pretty standard late game fights that we're going to expect to encounter. The important thing is to kill as many Orc Young as possible before the battle starts. Freak them out. Get decapitations. Get some brutal kills. Doesn't matter who you kill, just kill them. Make sure the numbers are in your favor. That way when the big boys show up, the warriors, when the berserkers finally manage to flank, they're all alone. And they'll be terrified because you'll have killed half their army. And your men will be super confident, just like ours are. Oh, I hear my kids waking up. Alright, so yep, this truly will be the last battle. Went for a nice walk this morning. Played some good Battle Brothers. And now I get to go hang out with my kids. It's a good day. Much more damage on the fighting spear as opposed to the boar spear. We'll keep him from running. I don't remember what they're paying us for this, but it's probably enough for how easy this fight is turning out to be. But yeah, it's about time for us to start facing some meaningful challenges. And that's a full route. So let's step in, give them as many obstacles to fleeing as possible. And how cool would the Impaler be if you could use it as a melee weapon too? It's got enough spikes and stuff on it. Yonar really needs more fatigue. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. Jeez. Just get these kills so we can all go home. He's got nothing in his quiver. Sounds like a euphemism, but it's not. He just literally has nothing in his quiver. And we're going to pick up some salt. Bunch of junk for selling. Very good. Some stuff, honestly, that we should repair as well. And we are going to get paid 2,000 crowns for that adventure, which we did happily. And I want to make a little slight detour to Grolfest. See what kind of good loot they have. What was I going to do? I was going to do something. Oh, yeah. Repair, repair, repair. All these big orc weapons are worth good money. Those are as well. So we'll repair those too. Before today's episode is over, I would like to check their weaponsmith to see if they have any great axes, so I could compare it to the barbarian great axe. Yes, perfect. Okay, so 80 to 100. Ooh, I already feel like that's better. And it sure is. It's 15 better. And that's 50 and 150 in terms of, yeah, so it ignores more armor on the heavy rusty axe. 36 shield damage, 36 shield damage, 16 and 16. Yeah, I mean 15 damage is 15 damage. It's better. It's strictly better to have a great axe. That's good to know though, but until we get one of those, we may end up making a brother use a great axe. I don't know if we found that brother yet, but I have a feeling we'll find one soon. A hedge knight would be great for that sort of thing. And I could see us picking up one of those very soon. Get rid of all the bad meat. Get rid of the salt. Tempting to start selling those as well. Check the armor before we go. Could be something cool in here. I love the paint pattern on the barbute. I love these metal pauldrons. Lamellar harnesses would be great on our crossbow bros. It's about as heavy as I like to go on crossbows. Well, I could go to scale armor actually. Scale armor on leisure side would be fine. Okay, just checking. No harm in checking at all. Visit the marketplace, see what kind of prices they have. They have fairly good prices. Ammunition is just expensive everywhere we go. And look at these broken bill hooks and stuff. If this was the early game, I'd be happy to get that. A disowned noble. Another disowned noble. And a sellsword. Sellswords are not bad, but I am looking for other backgrounds. Buy the men a drink. I think we'll go ahead and bite the bullet and pay for veterans lessons on both of these guys and try and get them leveled up sooner rather than later. We're going to start taking more dangerous fights, and what that means is the potential for a death is just going to raise and raise. I think at the beginning of the next episode we're going to do the Camp of Ancestors, and we're going to do our best, and this is going to be perhaps the most challenging fight of our playthrough so far, at least the one that we had a chance of. In terms of, well, maybe not our most challenging fight, because we've done some fights where the risks of dying were almost absolute. I'm going to ignore that. The risk of dying is absolute. This, I don't feel like the risk of dying is absolute, but it's pretty damn high. And in terms of just the sheer quality of the units we'll be fighting, I think this will be the toughest. We have killed a champion warlord with a couple orc warriors and things, but I don't think that's anywhere near what we're looking at now. And we'll go ahead and walk over to there. Oh, what's this? That is a cool new set of armor. It's light mail. It's a fencing armor. Oh my god, I want this so bad. What can we do to get that? What can we do? What can we sell? There's nothing we can sell that's going to get us up to 14k. We'd have to start selling, you know, like stuff we're wearing, and that's not going to happen. Oh my god, I want this. It's only 9 fatigue. Only 9 fatigue. That's unbelievable. That's the same fatigue as a padded leather, essentially. Less fatigue than a leather lamellar at 198. You put bone plating on this or something else. Oh my god, this is a great armor. I've been wanting to make a fencing bro, and I'm keeping my eyes open for the right stats, but this is the armor we want. Damn. I'm regretting buying that fighting spear now, because if we hadn't have done that, we'd be sitting at about 10k. Damn. You know what? God, that sucks. Tiny bit unhappy about that. Maybe, just maybe, we could do something quickly to make a ton of crowns and then come over here and buy it. But that'll definitely be in tomorrow's episode. That's a worth it. That's a keeper for your entire playthrough. That's the type of armor that you put on a fencing brother and you leave it there forever. A fencing brother could potentially use our current goblin sword. Make him into a duelist with that armor, bone plating on it. It would be amazing. But let's try this battle tomorrow. We can't even see the garrison now. I don't... Oh, they changed it. It's still a scary fight, but the armored unhold are gone. Well, you know what? It's still a great fight. We'll take it. We'll probably come down to Camp Walk to see what type of quests or contracts they have. Then I think we'll make our way back to Donnerstad, hopefully with full pockets and the ability to buy that. Kind of wish I had killed those goblins now, because then we would almost certainly be able to sell that for at least 1,000. Whatever we, 13 goblins usually drop at least 1,200-ish gold worth of stuff, and that would have been a nice thing to add to our pile of crowns. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.